guys, Patriot Zelo here. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while since the last time I did anything like this, about 5 years or so. Back then I was pretty involved with Unoriginal Craft. Just very recently, the Unoriginal Craft MineCraft server was retired. That's actually what brought me back, is one of the members, DJ Toasters. He actually found me on social media and let me know what was up, and I actually rejoined the community now that the server's been retired. But I do still play Minecraft. I took a couple year break from it, I think, but just recently started getting back into it. So I want to give you guys a tour around my single player survival world. A little bit of backstory on this world. It actually started as a multiplayer world with a few old friends of mine. Upon refinding this world file, this project I started up, but previous to that it was just this little mine over here and our little cabin with beds and some llamas in it. The llamas are new because there were no such thing as llamas when myself and a couple old friends used to play. So let's take a look at this. Since the sun's going down, we got some good timing here. So we'll pop down here and take a look at this place. And of course, rejoining Minecraft after all these years, they've added so much crazy stuff like the llamas and these lanterns and chains, and of course the underwater updates. So now you can swim in water, like actually swim. Got this old school creeper face in the wall. That's a throwback. Let's see, and then the chain is expensive, so it's I have not completed this yet. And then also I worked on this a little bit right after finding the world file, and then decided that I wanted to abandon this community mineshaft project and go work on that big base that you saw outside. So this here, this is a tunnel that goes quite a ways. It goes down to a skeleton grinder, which oh, you can even see the sun setting off in the distance because the render distance does not go that far. So this tunnel design actually, I believe either season 1 or season 2 of Unoriginal Craft, I think my nether tunnel was designed like this one. And I think that this tunnel was the inspiration for the tunnel that I built on Unoriginal Craft. So that was pretty cool to, see after so many years of not playing. So then down one more level, this is actually the most recent addition to this whole community mineshaft style base. This little bedroom here. I was trying to do something, but I just was not motivated or in the right mood to do it. So this is going to eventually end up being redone or at least modified. If you go this direction, it actually connects to the strip mine that is at the bottom of that big base that you saw outside. This here is a natural ravine. I added these 2 chutes of lava myself. The back one was already back there, and of course man-made lava pool. There's hidden torches that you aren't visible because I think torches look bad. But there's hidden torches to keep mobs from spawning. It wouldn't really matter if mobs did spawn because there's no access between the inside here and into that ravine. So more than anything, it's just to preserve that the natural beauty and that underground cave living vibe. So this room is the Smelting Room. This was my first experience with hoppers. They did have hoppers before I quit playing years ago. I just never really used them. And boy are they handy. The only downside to it is you don't get the experience from it, which is fine because I'm at a point in the game where I don't really need to collect experience from smelting things. It's super nice with, smelting cobblestone into smooth stone or nether rack into nether brick. It's super nice, makes the process a lot easier. And then the 2 blast furnaces on the side for ores. And then all these barrels over here are ore storage, essentially. Which I love barrels. I don't think I'll use a chest again. I mean, in situations like this, we've got chests. They do have their application, but I think barrels are the way to go. And then here we have the community strip mine, or what used to be the community strip mine. It used to have netherrack stairs, or no, nether brick stairs lining the sides. It looked a lot better than it does now. But I stole those nether brick stairs for a different project that I'm working on. since I decided to abandon this area and go focus my time somewhere else. This was the original nether portal here, which I broke because it was interfering with the other nether portal I put up. This is storage for all the stone blocks that come out of the strip mine, and I was in the process of expanding this, or beginning the expansion project, to make the, one main aisle this direction, one main aisle that direction, and then just a bunch of offshoot aisles like this one with, different categories of blocks in each aisle. And I may still come back and do this, or copy the design over to the new base. So the new base, if we went down here and took a left, this does connect to the new one, but we'll check out the base from above and then work our way down. Oh, Jeebus, we have a zombie around here. We'll go up upstairs, and actually we're going to sleep first because it's nighttime right now. Mess up my spawn point, but that's okay. So back upstairs, outside, and then through the main entrance of the new place. And again, with the water update, this water feature was for basically, cosmetic purposes only, or for the down, but it wasn't feasible as an up. But thanks to the underwater update, it is much more efficient than the stairs ever were, that's for sure. It was supposed to be a castle. That was the picture that I had in my mind. This was supposed to be the main entrance into the castle, and then, you'd go through the main door, and it would just kind of branch out on both sides. But I sort of fell into old habits with the circular design. It's a personal favorite of mine that just, it's so awesome. I love symmetry so much, and so this wasn't the original plan, but this is what emerged when I started building. As you can see, there is no roof up there at the moment. By the time I got to that point in the build, I was pretty fed up with building walls and then these little sections of, wrong ladder. With building the walls and then the little sections of roofing as you go up. And then I was also running low on wood supply. So I do need to gather up some wood and finish off this roof design. The other issue with it is I don't know what I want the roof to look like. With the walls all the way up, it was a trial and error. So you'd build it once, didn't really like it, tear it down, build it again, and then tweak it from there until it looked how you wanted it, how you're happy with it. The roof's a little bit more difficult. It's not as easy as building a vertical wall because I'm going to have to run, probably dirt platforming all around here, and then the building and the teardown is going to be a lot more time consuming. And I've looked up a few different roof designs, trying to get some inspiration, and I can't really find one that I feel like really fits with this building style. So I've just been sort of procrastinating and putting it off, and I'll get to it eventually. I just don't want to. So I've been working on other stuff. From there, I branched off and started working on this. Ooh, I heard an enderman. Oh, there he is. You got any pearls for me? No, but you are on fire. Great. Oh. I'm not wearing my armor. This was a terrible idea. Where's he at? I hear him, but I don't see him. Let me just throw this on real quick in case he comes back with a vengeance. That was poor battle planning on my part. Anyway, that's our main entrance there, and then out this side we have a flower garden. It looked too plain. I had to add some decoration, and flower garden seemed the easiest approach. I don't necessarily like the spacing and that this trodden path comes right up to the edge. I would have preferred to have had grass blocks all the way around. But the problem with that is if I'm using these lanterns for lighting, if I space everything out by 2 more blocks so that I can have that full loop of trodden path or of the grass blocks, then my lighting doesn't cover enough and I've got mobs spawning out here. So you win some, you lose some. Sometimes you just have to accept that things can't be perfect. So over here, we've got just, again, just adding on to the garden. We've got a gazebo with a little fire pit and a water fountain that I have... the sound of that campfire creeps me out. I keep thinking that it's going to burn my burn my wooden structure down, but I don't think that you get fire spread from the campfires. So I've tried time and time again to keep fish in this fountain because they look cool, but they just keep doing that. Oh, you're back. Thank you for the ender pearl and the grass block. Very nice of them. Okay, they shoot up the fountain and they land and then they die, and then I don't have any fish in the pond, so I've sort of given up on that dream. Why are you like this? Go on. Oh man. Alright, well it wasn't meant to be. Looks like he's breakdancing though. Shame. Anyway, so I tried to keep fish in here. It doesn't work, and this connects down to a lower section that I coined Birch Beach. I'm not super happy with how it turned out, but the idea was just to, pretty up the shore a little bit, so it wasn't just, dirt blocks and gravel blocks, and got a little pond here, and that feeds in from the fountain above and then down into the river. And every once in a while, those guys will swim up into this section, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so this was just a sort of a space taker-upper, so it wasn't so plain out here. I'm going to try and, work designs like that all the way around this place so we don't just have open grass field. And then the pathways, gravel and cobblestone is good enough for now. It's a nice natural look, but maybe we'll switch to this style of path. The idea behind doing the two different paths was this would distinguish the main paths from all the side paths that you could walk around on. Yeah, anyway, I think that's enough about the outside of this place. So let's head down into my preferred part. I prefer to build underground. I've always preferred to live underground in Minecraft. I don't like above ground structures. It just feels so much more homey, cozy underground. So, whoop, I overshot it a little bit there. So this first ring here is supposed to be sort of the main level where I do most of my living and working and storing things out of. This section here is going to be a bedroom or a living quarters of some sort, maybe like a grand bed back here on the back wall, or maybe I'll center the bed in the middle of the room and then just have this be another doorway that goes off into yet another room. I'm not sure how far below the ground level I am. I don't want to breach through. And I know that the ground sort of slopes off going in this direction, so maybe I won't continue expanding that direction, at least not on this first level. This I am planning on making into like a library, reading room style area. Just something cozy. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that side. This whole place is a huge work in progress. I've tried really hard to focus on small stuff like this, attention to detail. That's not something I don't think that I've ever really focused on before. This big empty gap here, I think I'll be able to fit probably two more layers in it. What I'm gonna put on those layers, I have no idea. I'm definitely building this place much bigger than I think I'll ever realistically use, but that's okay. So on that upper layer, you see that we've got those gray glass panes that you can use to access. They looked out of place down here. I didn't want to do those, so this is our mine shaft area. This is where it connects down to that other strip mine. And if you go this direction and take a left, it connects back to... you know what? Let's just head down this way and I'll show you. So if you go this direction, put another torch up. It's a little dark. This connects back to that bedroom area. There's a ravine to the right. I used to take that ravine to get over to this place and then realized that was a waste of time and I could just tunnel directly over. So it connects here, and then you can hang around the other direction and connect through the strip mine, which I think it's pretty cool to have these two structures tied into each other, especially since my resources are currently stored split between... having split resources between the two locations, it's nice having them connect directly so I can bounce back and forth and, grab what I need. So, yeah, the bottom layer here, it's all strip mine. I've done a couple different things with trying to design the strip mine sections themselves. I mean, everything that I've done so far looks okay. I've torn down and rebuilt this area so many times. Um, Blocks like this are easy because you end up with so many of them as a result of mining and caving. I just don't love them. I don't love the design, and I've got to. Oh man, that's the other issue, is that this isn't totally safe down here. I need to wall off some of those sections so that I can't have mobs sneaking in on me like that, especially when I'm trying to build. There we go. Oh yeah. So I think we're gonna get away from the granite and the diorite, or granite. I think I've heard someone call it before, and maybe gravitate more towards stone and stone brick. I don't like granite, but it does make a pretty nice accent piece. So anyway, like I was saying earlier, there's no glass panes to access that upper level, so I'm going to add just these little stairways in each mine shaft. 3 mine shafts back, you hang a left or a right, and you can go up to the next level. This level here is going to be dedicated to smelting ores, stonework, that type of thing. So all the resources that are collected in each of the mine shafts will ultimately end up stored on this level, and I'll probably have like a smelter system set up in the center of each side. And then I don't know what I'm going to do for storage yet, if I'm going to have the chests on open display, or maybe I'll have a back room that you tuck into that has chests in it, and one storage room off of each corner that has a different type of block in it, or something like that. Again, it goes back to I'm building this place way bigger than I'm ever going to realistically use it. But that's okay. It'll look cool, and that's the important part. So that pretty much covers all of this. I guess I could talk a little bit about this. So I'm trying to find something to use as a space filler for these empty gaps here. There's nothing really that I'm going to use these for, except for, decoration. So the original plan was to use all the extra armor I have laying around from my skeleton grinder and, throw it on armor stands, surround them with lava, kind of look like you've got a bunch of hostile mobs after you or something like that when you're down here, which we already do, so it doesn't really matter. But it didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to. The idea in my head seemed great. I put it into practice, and then it was pretty underwhelming. So I think we're going to do ore reserves instead. It's pretty fitting with the whole mine shaft thing. So maybe a different ore in each corner, or gold and gold and silver and silver. I don't know that I want to waste diamond or silver. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm such a noob. It's been too long since I've played this. Gold and gold, or iron and iron. I could probably use an iron golem down here too. Speaking of, I don't know if he'd walk off the edge down into these sections or not. I don't think he would. I think that their AI is better than that, but I don't know. And then DJ Toasters, an Unoriginal Craft member, suggested throwing some cobwebs in here, which I don't think I've ever done a build that uses cobwebs, so I think that this will be the first, and I think it'll look pretty decent. Get on there. I'll have to figure out lighting the center piece there without using torches, because again, I think torches look like trash, so I'm very thankful that MineCraft or Mojang or Microsoft or whoever added lanterns and chains. That's gotta be like my favorite addition, along with, of course, Blackstone. I love Blackstone. So I have to be crazy not to go, or I have to be careful not to go too crazy with it. So that covers this place. I'm going to bounce up here, and we're going to take the nether. We'll skip this part because there's nothing worth seeing in the nether. It's just a tunnel, an undecorated tunnel. So I'm going to hop through the nether, put my nether boots on so I don't get taken out by anything. And I'll see you over at the skeleton grinder. Alright, so this is the skeleton grinder. When I first re-downloaded this world, this was one of the builds. This room was one of the first things I did. Whoops. So I went a little crazy with all the new nether blocks because I've never seen or built with them before. I I don't think I'm going to continue this style of design in any other location in this world. It's a bit too much for me. But as another room and another wart farm, I think it's pretty fitting. This is also a slime chunk, so very frequently when I'm chilling here, grinding me some skellies, I hear a slime flopping around, and he's chilling in my nether wart farm. Which means I either have to listen to the slime slop around, or I have to come and kill it into its many smaller forms, which results in the the harvesting of netherwort. So then I have to replant netherwort, and it's a vicious cycle. I have too much netherwort. I don't need this much. I wish the slimes wouldn't spawn here. So yeah, this goes down into the skeleton spawner here. Yep. The spawner itself was actually built by one of the people that used to play in this world with me. We had our, a little viewing window, I think, on this side, and then they went up and they dropped right about here. Actually, none of this stuff was here. So then when I started playing again, this is the tunnel that you saw in the other location way down that direction. It was functional, but it didn't look good. So and then of course we have the water mechanics are updated, so they're not the same as they were. So I did have to mess with that a little bit. So I rerouted it and dressed this place up. So that it never used to go all the way around the spawner. This is all new. New addition of storage for all the things that we get as a result of grinding skeletons, which, as it turns out, is still not enough room because everything is already filling up. This is more than one person can realistically use. So I don't know, maybe I'll just start destroying blocks or something, throwing them on a cactus or throwing them in lava, or just figuring out something else to do with them versus trying to build storage to accommodate all this stuff, because that's not really realistic. And I was thinking about, having this center one go up and then adding 2 additional doorways on each side that go back to some other type of room. I don't really know what. Maybe more storage for this stuff, or maybe we'll just ixnay that idea completely. I intended on this section over here, turning that into like a potion style setup with the nether wart farm right here. And then we've got an abandoned strip mine if you go this direction, which is blocked off because I'm a big baby that doesn't like mobs. But that's everything here. There's nothing else to show. I think we've covered everything in this world, so I'm gonna head back to the main base and I'll see you guys over there. And I think that concludes our little world tour. I know that it wasn't much, but the amount of work that's gone into the little bit that I do have established is pretty crazy. But from this point forward, I can bring you guys along for different projects that we're working on. Maybe get that roof finished and work some more on that lower level, and eventually put in these extra 2 levels, maybe just as placeholders. We're not going to do anything with the rooms until I get these existing projects done. But thank you guys for hanging out with me, sitting through this video. It's good to be back, and we'll hopefully see you in the next one.